everyone, it's Donna Stellhorn, your practical astrologer, here to give you the predictions for the new moon on August 18, 2020. This is for Pisces and Pisces rising, and let's just jump right in. So this month you have the sun, moon, that combination, of course, the new moon in your house of health, well-being, routines, your habits, but also where you work or what you basically do during the day for employment. So this new moon is lighting up that energy, which means that the seeds that you plant over the next week can manifest over a month. But also, this is the only time you are going to have this new moon in this location over the course of the next 12 months. So the seeds you plant all month could manifest over the course of a year. So that is, if you wanted to start a business, if you want to get on a healthy eating plan, if you want to do a physical healing in yourself, all of these things, you're planting the seeds this week and this month. But there is an enormous amount of aspects to this new moon, more than I have seen in a long time. So let's break those down and talk about them, starting with the Mercury at 28 degrees of Leo. So this Mercury is a conjunction with the sun moon, and normally you would say to me, yay, a conjunction. But in this case, it's a planet next to the sun. And when that happens, the sun, because of its bright light, obliterates the planet. If we were to look in the sky, we cannot see Mercury because the sun is so bright. This is called combust. And what it happens, well, let me first say, Mercury is about your thinking process. It is about how you talk to yourself, whether you're positive or negative, how you express yourself to others, and then also how you get information from the world, what you hear from other people. And so when Mercury is combust, which it does every once in a while, it means that you're kind of in a little echo chamber right now, where you may not be hearing clearly other things that people are saying to yourself. And also, if you tend to be negative with yourself, you're more negative now. You need to be extremely mindful of the communication that you're doing because the communication isn't clear. Now, in addition to this, there is a trine to the south node. And normally you would say, yay, a trine, but it's to the south node. And the south node is where you go when you're afraid. It is where you step back into in repeating behaviors or doing behaviors that are not really towards your bigger goals. So this is that, eating the box of cookies because that'll make you feel better in the moment, but that doesn't help your goals in the long run. That's what the south node is about. And when it's a trine, it makes it easy. And even more difficult is that Mars in Aries making a trine to the south node, making a trine to the sun moon, which is a grand trine, which you would normally say, yay, but I have to say, it still has that south node. So now you're in a little hamster wheel where you feel like, I feel like I need to do something. I'm going to take action, and that's great. And then you say, but first I'm going to eat this box of cookies, and then it goes round and round. Oh, wait, I shouldn't have done that. And now I'm really stressed about that. I got to do something. So you eat another box of cookies and so forth. So you get into this loop. So how do you get out of the loop? You do it through the north node at 26 degrees of Gemini. Again, another exact aspect. And so this is a sextile. Now, a sextile is a combination between a square and a trine. And what that means is you have to do something that's a little more difficult. And when you do, wonderful things happen. So this is about stepping outside your comfort zone just a little bit and doing something that is really in line for your bigger goals. And this could be, that you are not just you, but you are getting together with the whole family and doing a healthy eating plan or doing meditation or doing visualization. This is you looking into maybe investing in real estate or looking at your house and saying, how can I declutter? How can I clear things out? How can I let go of the past by letting go of stuff? So all of these things can help you move forward. But that's not all that's going on. We also have an exact inconjunct from Saturn. Now, Saturn is a helpful planet, and I'm saying that like that because Saturn helps you grow stronger by telling you that you're not good enough. So what Saturn does is it says, you're not strong enough, you're not good enough, you have to work harder. And so it basically presents a big hill in front of you and you have to climb the hill. But it's the same principle that we can't just go to the gym and lift one weight and then be in shape for our entire lives. The Saturn makes you go day after day after day. But what happens is you get these great results. But right now you're doing an inconjunct from Saturn to the new moon. And that says that it feels uncomfortable to take these difficult steps. Again, you want to do the things that are comfortable, but that's not always the best thing for you. And so this discomfort is going to be a problem. But there's more. So there is a pair of sesquines that are doing a configuration with this Saturn and new moon. Now, normally I wouldn't even talk about sesquines because a sesquine is a minor aspect. But because it's a configuration of two sesquines and the inconjunct, you can really access this energy. And these two sesquines point to your hidden treasure. So with this combination, what we have is we have Saturn that is holding things back, and Uranus, which is the center of two sesquines, is going to reveal what your treasure is. Now, what's a sesquine? A sesquine is a 105 aspect that is a little bit kind of like that square trine thing that I was talking about before, but it is where you're trying to do something, but the tools that you have are kind of dull. And so it's like if you were cooking and you had to slice a tomato, but your knife is really, really dull, then you have to be very careful. You have to be very precise about what you're doing. Otherwise, you squish the tomato. So that's what this says, is your hidden treasure is about being precise, being mindful, and taking intentional steps. And when you do, that's what clears all of this difficult energy out. So let's define both the difficult energy and your treasure. So the difficulty, of course, is the Saturn, and the Saturn there up in the 11th house is saying, I don't have enough friends, or I can't see my friends, or I feel isolated from my friends. It is saying, I could do more, but I can't network right now. I can't connect with others. Maybe you say to yourself, I have trouble planning the future, especially when the future seems so uncertain. And so these are the limitations that you're going to be thinking about, and that are actually real limitations. But your hidden treasure helps you get past those. The hidden treasure is Uranus in the 3rd house, which is basically this time of being a genius. It is where you can quickly perceive situations, where you get intuitive flashes about what the truth is. This hidden treasure is giving you the power to speak convincingly, to reach people that are important for you to connect with. It is where you have the synchronicity to direct message someone right when they were looking for a message from you, or from someone that they were going to respond to who had something they wanted. So it is about bringing together all of the power of the universe in your communication. Additionally, it gives you the power to change directions. You can see trends of the future. And so this is your solution, is to stop for a moment and say, all right, I do know what needs to happen, what is going to be coming up, and what I need to be doing. That's your hidden treasure. Now let's take a look around the wheel at some of the other areas of your life and see what's coming up, starting with relationships. And right now you have Venus in your 5th house of love and romance. That's wonderful. So you do have opportunities for a little romance, whether you are in a relationship or not. That means you can meet new people if that's what you're looking for, or you can have some more fun if you are already in an existing relationship. In general, when it comes to your relationships, you are a little out of sync because Neptune and Mercury are not making an aspect. They will line up. They're not too far off right now, and so they are going to be lining up. But right now, what it's saying is that that's not the biggest, most important thing right now. So just if you're meeting somebody new, just allow it to take whatever time it takes. If you're in an existing relationship, be patient because things are starting to come together. This is very similar energy to what you're doing at home right now. So if you are trying hard to get renovations done or move or things like that, there could be some delays. That is because, again, this energy is not quite lined up yet. So let's say you're looking for a house, but it might be that you don't yet have a clear vision of what it is. So the universe keeps sending you different ideas, but you have to take the time to say what you like about a certain place, what you don't like, what are your priorities, what are the things that you're saying, oh, you know what, I'm not sure about those things. Those things are very important to help the universe bring you opportunities. It's the same thing if you're thinking about investing in real estate or something like that. You want to take your time right now because the energy is not quite lined up. Now, there's good energy around your career because the ruler of your midheaven is in the 11th house of money derived from career. So you do have some big money-making opportunities when it comes to your career. That's fantastic. So that means you could get a new job or a promotion or something like that. Plus, you are doing a nice sextile between Jupiter and Neptune. So again, you have opportunities. They're a little bit of work. This is not something that just lands in your lap. You do have to go do the scary thing, which might be to talk to your boss or to submit your resume and go through the interview process, but you have opportunities to get something good, to secure it, or to get more hours, or to even get a pay raise. When it comes to your money, you are doing Chiron and Mars in your second house. You're going to be doing Chiron for a long time, so I'm going to keep talking about it, but this is about healing money issues. So money issues, maybe you don't keep your running balances on your checkbooks. Maybe you don't stop at the end of the year and figure out, how much you've made, how much you've spent, what you've spent money on. Being mindful about that can help you heal money issues. In addition to, like going through your credit reports and cleaning up negative data and things like that, telling them about mistakes, making sure you pay all your bills on time so your credit score rises and things like that. The Mars is going to be in your second house for the rest of the year. That's really good news because that means you have all these opportunities that are going to come up and you're going to see the opportunity to make money and you can take it. And that's anything from your job to passive income sources to just selling stuff around the house. There's going to be so many money opportunities for you. When we look at your money that comes from business or investments, it's ruled by that Venus in your fifth house. So there's really a desire to take some risks. And that's okay right now if those risks are on the smaller side, because the Venus is going to want to just I'm all in and push your chips to the center. But you do want to be mindful because, Venus just loves that roller coaster of, ooh, let's just jump right in. But I want you to be a little bit cautious here, even though you do have some good aspects for windfalls. I'll talk about that in a moment. But when it comes to your business or your passive income sources, there is a desire to take some chances, and I do think that's good, but make the chances more about how you communicate with people or the products you're launching or things like that, rather than an outgo of cash, because Venus is not making an aspect with that Mars, and that means that the returns that you get from what you invest aren't coming yet, so we don't know if they're going to be strong yet or not because these two planets are out of sync. When it comes to money derived from career, it is ruled by that Saturn in the 11th house, that slow growth wealth aspect. And that means that very, very slowly, maybe your income is rising, but it is very steady right now. And that part is good news. Not to mention that it's doing a fabulous square to that Mars. And so that with that Saturn-Mars square, that means that if you go and say, all right, look, I'm the one that's back in the business. I'm working really hard. I know you're struggling, but I need more money or I need more hours. You can get it. This also does say that you could pretty easily jump to another job and make more money. So this would be, craft your resume, maybe get some help with the wording. Just go online. There's so many great examples of resumes, and just stop and craft that and send that out. Practice your interviewing skills. Practice your negotiation skills, because this is really good energy for making changes in your career that can cause an increase in the money. Now, when we look at your windfalls, just like I was mentioning, you do have the Venus there in the fifth house, and that does mean you want to take some chances. But more importantly, what you're doing is you're doing a trine between the moon and that Mars. And so you do actually have good energy around windfalls. But as I said before, I do want you to have a little bit of caution, because Venus can really just say, I'm all in, I'm betting the mortgage on the house and things like that. And that's not necessary. This is such a good aspect that you can bet a little to get something bigger. So just put $1 in, don't put everything in. So because what can happen with the Venus is the fun of it all, the excitement of it all can carry you even when your intuition starts to say, nope, my luck is cooling, I shouldn't go forward. So you can miss that signal because of just the fun of it. So I do want you to be careful of that. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe and stay tuned because LaRue, the magical cat, would like to say hi.